All right. There, I'm having some technical difficulties this morning. Oh, here we go. Oh, that is lagging. Happy Sunday, y'all. Huh, this is interesting. Today we're going to talk about nutrition. I'm trying to get my stuff set up for y'all. We are going to talk about before and after, what you should eat before and after you work out. So last week we talked about 5 things you should do for my beginners who are new to fitness. So my name is Narcissa. I am the owner of Canvas Speak, and I'm a fitness educator and personal trainer. I help women who are new to fitness transition into an active lifestyle and maintain it. So all my beginners, yeah, we got to get this set up, set up right. I'm streaming on multiple platforms, so I got to make sure my setup is right for my other platform. Well, we'll just get started. So, welcome to another installment of Fitness with Narcissa. No, Canvas Speak. So, my business is called Canvas Speak Performance Training. I'm a fitness trainer. I train online, and I will eventually get back into training in person. But for now, I am training online, and you can follow me on Facebook at my on my business page at Canvas Speak Performance Training. You can also go to my website, canvasspeak.com. Last week, I talked about the Peach Plan. I'm still recording for that, so that will come out. So if you don't really want to train with me, maybe you're not ready for a personal trainer, maybe you just need more information, that's what I'm here for. I am a fitness educator. Yeah, yeah, I'm a fitness educator as well. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I am on Instagram at Canvas Speak. If you want to follow my personal page, Narcissa Speak, that's what it is. Um, so yeah, I have a few different programs coming up, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But today we're going to talk about what to eat before and after you work out. We're going to also talk about how your body breaks down food. I'll go a little bit into detail about that, and then as far as working out, um, I'll touch a little bit about working out. So if you have any questions, put it in the chat. I will answer your questions. If you don't have any questions, or maybe you think of something that is after this live, send me a DM. Write me on Messenger for my Facebook followers. DM me for my Instagram followers. And then you also can send a comment via my website at canvasspeak.com. So, nutrition. Before we get into the gym, right? This is all my beginners and anybody, maybe you're starting back with your uh, workout regimen. There's 3 big things that you will hear from your trainer or you will see online. So we're going to talk about macronutrients. So macronutrients, you have macro, the three big macros. So when we talk about that, we're talking about carbohydrates, we're talking about proteins, and we're talking about fat. So each one does different things in your body, but you do need all three. So to start off, I like to talk about carbs. There are 2 types of carbs. There are there's complex carbs and simple carbs. Okay, so I'm just the the short version of carbohydrate is carbs. So just FYI on that. So with that being said, our bodies pull carbs for fuel. So that's why we have carbs. So your complex carbs are going to be your rice, your quinoa, your whole wheat bread, bonus tip. There's some breads that are better than others. My recommendation would be Dave's Killer Bread and Ezekiel Bread. Um, Ezekiel bread is more so kind of like unleavened, if you will. And Ezekiel bread is the way they made it back in the day. And then for everyone who still likes bread, but you can't have bread because of the gluten, there's Rudy's bread as well. There's also your sweet potatoes. You have some lentils. You can do your potatoes, so it can be red or russet, and also chickpeas. So those are also carbs. Now, what is the difference between a complex carb and a simple carb? I'm going to keep it real simple. Complex carb takes longer to digest, and a simple carb, you digest it faster. So think of your complex carbs, like I told you, your rice, your sweet potato, your quinoa. Those are your complex carbs. Now, think of your simple carbs as going to the bakery. That is a simple carb. We're not going to the bakery before we work out. We are going to cook our food, or you're going to go to a place that has rice, sweet potato, potato, something like that. That's what we're going to do. Okay. And for your potatoes, we're not doing cheese. Okay. We're not doing cheese, y'all. So you could bake your potatoes, you could boil them and then cut them up and then pan sear them, however you want to do it. That's fine. You can make a deli sandwich. You could do a lot of things. You can do a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before you work out. Also, you'll see my cat in the background here and there because he likes to make an appearance, and he does. He was in the last video, so don't be alarmed. So we talked about carbs. Next, we have our protein. So for protein, what happens with your protein? It helps build your muscle. It helps muscle growth. It helps muscle repair, and it helps recovery. So you're going to want to have your protein. Okay. So some of your protein sources would be your protein shake, your lean meat such as fish, chicken, turkey, and for those who do eat red meat, bison, lamb, what else? Cow. So when I say cow, your steak, um, any cut of steak. I prefer a good ribeye. I don't necessarily like a T-bone, but if I'm going to eat a steak, I'm typically going to eat a ribeye. Um, Filet mignon is really good too. Also in the background, you might hear my nieces, so you know, don't be alarmed. Um, so for your protein, those are some protein sources for you. And then also for my vegans, you can actually have rice and beans prior to your workout because that is a complete protein. So you're essentially getting your carbs and you're getting your protein. So chickpeas and lentils are also considered protein as well. Fun fact, in case you did not know. Moving on, the last big three are your fats. You need fats. Those are your fuel source after carbs, after your body takes carbs in. It provides energy for longer durations. So, what are we going to do before we work out? We are going to have a carb, a protein, and a fat. And if you are on a low carb, no carb diet, you could, so that's basically what I'm on right now. So you can have a salad, load your salad up with a lot of vegetables, or you can have broccoli and meat. Have your salad and put some meat on there. Last night I had a salad with shrimp. It was really, really, really good. So those are some of your options as well. Um, let's just say you are on a low carb diet and you can have beans. What I would do is have beans, um, of your green vegetable, and a protein. So when I was doing competition prep, I would also, and I was like low carb, I would definitely do beans. My go-to was black beans. My only problem with black beans, I could never really um, have them taste that good. So I kind of just use my other seasonings and the other stuff I was eating to make it taste good. So one of the things also that I'm noticing with beginners when it comes to nutrition, um, there's this fixation on the taste, and you can season your stuff up really well. I'll use when I was in competition prep, and I still do it now. I use Mrs. Dash because Mrs. Dash doesn't have salt. So if you're sensitive to salt, use Mrs. Dash. They have a lot of different flavors. I like the Southwest Chipotle seasoning. They also have this extra spicy seasoning. I have not gotten that one, but I have gotten the Chipotle seasoning, and that's really good. So if you are doing something that where you can't have a lot of salt, Mrs. Dash is your go-to option. Or you could go to Jungle Gyms or somewhere like that, and I forget what it's called, but it's like a crusher thing, and you can make your own seasoning. So you could do that. So we talked about what to eat before you work out. So after you work out, my recommendation is to try to consume something 30 minutes to an hour afterwards. The typical, according to Healthline, the typical duration of what you should eat, like how soon after you work out, should be 1 to 2 hours. And what you should do is get your carb and your protein after you work out. And the reason why is because you need to recover your muscles, because you literally have broken down your muscles, right? And your body needs to recover. So your protein is going to help you recover. So like a protein shake, a fruit smoothie, something like that. Um, and afterwards, I always did. My favorite time to eat was always before and after. So afterwards, it was, and the reason I'm saying was because right now I'm not doing carbs. So it was rice afterwards and a steak. Season that mug up real good. My God, today. So with that being said, you can do rice, steak, and I always did a vegetable. But you want to replenish your muscles. You want to help your body aid in recovery. Okay. So there's something in our body called um, I'm having a problem. I was like saying this glycogen. Glycogen. So glycogen is a carbohydrate molecule, and it's a primary energy storage molecule. So basically, what happens is when we work out, our body depletes the glycogen stores, and our body stores the glycogen inside our liver and our muscles. That's why it's important to, after you work out, you fill that back up, okay? Because that's our energy source. Also, I want to point something out, because a lot of people ask me, hey, what's the difference between a carb and a fat? They're both fuel. So, what your body does first, your body takes the carbs, it pulls the carbs first, and then it pulls the fat. So that's what your body does. But um, you do need fat, you do need carbs. My preference, like when I was competing, I did do my first competition. I did high carb, low carb. My second competition, I did more so like uh, it was medium to low carb, but it was higher fat. And I noticed that my coach at the time, I noticed that he was telling me like some people's body responds better to a higher fat. But when I say fat, I mean I didn't give you guys an example of what I was talking about. So fats could be avocados. Um, excuse me. It could be avocados. It could be healthy fats like avocado oil, things like that. Coconut oil. Sometimes people drink coconut oil in the morning, things of that nature. But some people's body prefers higher fat versus higher carbs. Everyone's body is different, but the difference is it's a fuel source. That's really the only difference where your body pulls from. So that's pretty much it for today. It's a quick live, just to talk to you guys about what to eat before and after you work out. Make sure that if you have any questions for me, you can, like I said, DM me on Instagram, write me on Messenger, go to my page, camispeak.com, which is my website, and you can send me a comment there if you want to work with me. I have a few ways where you can work with me. So if you're interested and ready to start, we can do this thing online. I do have packages and all the things. So I'll be sharing that a little bit later. So hope you guys have a great Sunday. I hope you guys start off your week strong. Go to the gym, whether it's today. If you don't go to the gym, you can always swim. You can run a few miles or two or one or half a mile. Um, so yeah, I hope this was helpful and I hope everyone has a great rest of their day.